The first sound I remember is the click of the judge's pen. It was so quiet in that courtroom. You could hear the hum of the air conditioner. My palms were sweating against the table, heart pounding like a trapped bird. Across from me, my ex-wife technically, sat straight-backed, eyes dry, lips pressed together in a line of resolve that used to be love. "Mrs. Carter," the judge said, "you claim your husband is an unfit father. Would you like to explain why?" Her lawyer touched her wrist lightly, but she didn't need prompting. She looked right at me when she spoke. "Because he doesn't know who he is anymore. Because he lies. Because I can't trust him with our son." Her words didn't sting immediately. They just hung there like smoke after a fire. I'd come prepared for accusations, lateness, missed school events, too many late nights at work, but not that. Not the word lies. Then from the back of the courtroom, a small voice broke the tension. "Mom!" Everyone turned. Our 6-year-old Oliver stood by the bailiff, clutching his stuffed bear, his hair a mess of blonde curls. The judge frowned but didn't stop him. Kids aren't supposed to speak in these things, but maybe he felt the weight of what was happening too. "Can I ask something?" Oliver said. My throat closed. The judge sighed softly. "Go ahead, son." Oliver looked at me first, then at his mother. "Why did Daddy cry in the car last night if he's the bad one?" The room went still. Even the clerk's typing stopped. My wife's jaw tightened. She looked away, and for the first time in months I saw something break in her. But she didn't answer him. The judge cleared his throat, motioned for Oliver to be taken outside. But that question, it didn't leave. It just sat there echoing. If you'd asked me a year ago, I'd have told you my marriage was fine. Not perfect, just fine. We had routines. Coffee in silence, polite texts about groceries, birthday cards that still said love you. But fine has a way of hiding rot beneath it. It started with distance, literal at first. Late meetings, weekend projects, excuses that stacked up like dirty dishes. Then came the phone habits. She'd smile at something on her screen, then lock it as I walked by. I told myself it was nothing. Everyone deserves privacy. Then there were the small shifts. Her perfume changed, subtle but unfamiliar. Her laughter rarer at home, but easy over the phone when she thought I couldn't hear. The first real red flag was a text I wasn't meant to see. She'd left her phone on the counter while bathing Oliver. It buzzed once. A name I didn't recognize. D. Just a single letter. Can't stop thinking about last night. The world tilted. I stared at the message until the screen went dark again. My reflection staring back, hollow, motionless. When she came out, towel in hand, I asked without asking. "Who's D?" She blinked then smiled too fast. "Deborah. From the book club." We didn't have a book club, but I said nothing. 'Cause silence I thought was safer. Denial became my oxygen. I convinced myself that maybe D was harmless. Maybe she was just talking to a friend. Maybe I'd misunderstood. I clung to maybe like it was mercy. But the distance grew. The bed felt colder. The small touches, hand on the shoulder, kiss before leaving, stopped without warning. One night while she showered, I opened her drawer looking for the spare charger. That's when I saw it. A folded note. "I wish you'd told me sooner. I hate sneaking around." Her handwriting. I sat on the edge of the bed, holding the note like it was burning my hand. I wanted to confront her, but what would I even say? The words tasted like rust in my mouth. When she came out wrapped in a towel, she froze. Our eyes met. "Where'd you find that?" she asked. I couldn't speak. "Daniel," she whispered. Her voice trembled just once. "You shouldn't have gone through my things." That was all. No denial this time. No Deborah. Just quiet, defeated honesty. She started but stopped herself. "How long?" I asked. 6 months. The number was so exact it hurt. She tried to explain how lonely she'd been, how I'd become distant, how she felt invisible. Every word was a nail in my chest. And I couldn't even hate her fully because somewhere, buried deep, I understood. That's the cruel part of betrayal. You see the cracks you helped create. The divorce came fast. Her lawyer was efficient, clinical. The word custody replaced love. Our home became a list of assets. She said I wasn't stable. That my anger scared her. I'd never hit her, never raised a hand, but maybe she meant the silence. The nights I'd sit on the porch for hours gripping a beer saying nothing. Then came her final blow. She wanted full custody of Oliver. He needs stability, she said. And you're not well. Maybe she was right. I wasn't. I was unraveling, half grieving, half existing. Every time I saw her at drop-offs, I'd search her face for some sign of regret, but she always looked composed. Until that day in court. Until Oliver asked his question. After the hearing, she caught me outside in the hallway. The sound of heels against the tile echoed like a heartbeat. Daniel, she said softly, I didn't want it to go like this. Then why did it? Her eyes glistened, but she didn't cry. Because you stopped being you. I couldn't reach you anymore. I wanted to tell her I'd stopped being me the day I found that note. That every part of me that trusted her had died quietly that night. But then she said something that shifted everything. It's not what you think with him, she whispered. It's not love. It was escape. That word again. Escape. From me. From us. From the quiet decay we'd both ignored. She reached into her purse and handed me a small folded drawing. Oliver's crayon mess of stick figures. A man, a woman, and a child. The man had a broken red heart. He drew this last night, she said. He doesn't understand everything, but he knows we're hurting him. Her voice cracked then, finally. Please don't let him think you're the villain. You're not. And before I could respond, she walked away. That night, I sat on the floor of the empty living room, holding Oliver's drawing. The house smelled like dust and lemon cleaner. Her scent was gone. I thought about every missed chance to speak, every silence that had built a wall between us. Betrayal isn't born in a single moment. It grows in quiet neglect, in the spaces where love forgets to reach back. When Oliver came over the next weekend, he climbed into my lap without a word. Daddy, he whispered. Mom says you're still my hero. And for the first time in months I cried because I knew she'd meant it. Because even after everything, she hadn't tried to erase me from him. Maybe that was her final act of love, leaving me so at least one of us could stay whole for him. Betrayal broke us, yes. But it also stripped away the lies we'd been living in. And in that bare, painful truth, something fragile remained. Not forgiveness. Not peace. Just the quiet understanding that sometimes love doesn't end. It just changes shape.